What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into Backlash preview and predictions. Backlash takes place on Saturday, May the 10th, 2025, live from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm pretty sure most of the tickets for the event are close to being sold out. I don't know. I have to check, but I would imagine that it would be. It's going to take place. The venue is going to be the Enterprise Center, which can hold 18K people, which is pretty damn solid. So hopefully they can get out at least a strong 17 something, so close to 18. So we should be able to, WWE should be able to at least get out 17K people, at least get that many out. With John Cena and Randy Orton, two of your biggest stars, for that show, you should be able to get out a crowd of 17K people. It should not be 14K. It shouldn't be 15. It should not even be 16. It needs to be close to a sellout as possible. So hopefully it happens. So we'll have to wait and see. Backlash is basically a B-level pay-per-view for the most part. So there's that. And you guessed it, we have 5 matches for Backlash, which is dumb. I don't understand why Triple H has not transitioned from trying to make the main roster into NXT Black and Gold. Enough, bro, enough. Why can't he put and book 7 matches on B-level pay-per-views and on the major pay-per-views such as WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, Survivor Series, SummerSlam? Why can't you put 8 matches for those for your big 5? Do 8 matches, and then for B-level pay-per-views and events, why can't you do 7 matches? It's dumb. It's dumb. 5 matches is lame. It's lame. And does this dumbass clown have any angles planned? Are we going to get any surprises for Backlash? We might. Apparently, there are going to be reports that Cody Rhodes is going to come back. For what? Why so early? Cody should not come back until like late June, going into July. So we shouldn't see Cody for a while. He really should not come back until late June. Give him a month and a half, close to 2 months off television, and then bring him back. Because we know that Cody's going to win the title back from John Cena, probably close to, I would say, either right at SummerSlam or maybe Survivor Series, but I doubt that's going to be way too late. I think Survivor Series should be John Cena's last match. So, and then by that time, he should be doing his redemption arc anyway. That should be the end of his redemption arc. So, I do not know. So, there's that. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. We have 5 matches on the card. So let's start with Dominic Mysterio versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio is going to more than likely retain. The match should be fine. We've already seen it before anyway on Raw a couple weeks ago. So it should be fine. Maybe Judgment Day gets involved and helps Dom retain. Maybe that's how it goes down. But we will have to wait and see how stuff plays out. But I am thankful that both mid-card titles for the men are going to be featured on this show. So I can't hate on Triple H for doing that. So that's good. I wish that he would have put 2 more matches on the show, though. But he's too fucking lazy to do that shit. Moving on. The Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is clearly going to retain. Why would he lose here? I think once LA Knight loses this match, which he will, LA Knight can be shipped over to Raw, and he's built up. Maybe you can feud him with Seth Rollins, who's going to basically be the one to take the title off of Jey Uso. So that's what I would do with LA Knight after this. Damian Priest, I have no idea. Drew McIntyre, I guess, continue to build him up. If you want, you could turn Drew sort of kind of babyface and have babyface Drew versus Jacob Fatu in a pretty good feud. Again, I don't see Jacob Fatu losing the title for a while. I think Triple H is going to book Jacob like Gunther. So that's what I think is going to happen when it comes to that. But the match should be okay nonetheless. I really wish it was just Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu one-on-one. But, Triple H is, we got to have Fatal 4-Ways and triple threat matches. The kids love it. No, the fuck we don't. Moving on. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch is clearly going to win this, and it makes sense. Obviously, Becky should cheat to win, so that way she can go over. And maybe Bayley should show up post-match and attack Becky. That way she can get some sense of comeuppance. And obviously you can feud Becky and Bayley for the summer. And then you can go back to Lyra and Becky maybe in the fall. Would Survivor Series be too late for them to do another match? Or if you want to, you could do it at a Saturday night's main event. Because we have quite a few of those on the calendar still. So, I don't know. It's interesting to see how that shit is going to play out. So, yeah. Moving on. Pat McAfee versus Gunther. This is a match that should really open up the show, honestly. This should be the opener. This should go no longer than about 10 to, at best, 15 minutes. And 15 minutes, in my opinion, is pushing it. But Gunther needs to absolutely destroy and beat the shit out of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee should be getting his ass kicked up and down for sure during this match. He should get some offense in McAfee, but Gunther should destroy Pat McAfee, win, and just choke him out with the sleeper. Have McAfee pass out. Have him tap out, not pass out. I'm sorry about that. Have him tap out to Gunther. I know some people have said maybe Goldberg should show up. No, I don't know who's going to confront Gunther. I really don't. maybe you have Sheamus, maybe. I don't know. No, they've got him in the IC title picture, so you can't do that. I don't know who's going to confront Gunther after this, but it's not going to be Bill Goldberg. You guys can fuck off with that shit. It's not going to happen. Goldberg is not going to face Gunther. So I don't know what happens. I don't know who's going to confront Gunther. Main event of the evening, John Cena versus Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena is going to win this more than likely. I think that somebody should get involved here. I don't know who. The Rock's not going to show up, so it's not going to be him. So get that out of your fucking minds. That won't happen. Travis Scott should not show up at all. He doesn't need to. How does John Cena win? Rumors have it that maybe Jeff Cobb shows up, but would he even get a reaction? Like, seriously. Like, that would be fine if this was in, like, Chicago or Philadelphia or New York or, one of these other smart mark crowds. But in Louisiana, hell no. Where most of the crowd's going to be, like, 95% casuals and very few hardcores, I would not do that shit. I would not. I don't know how John Cena's going to win, but he should win for sure. Maybe you have Seth Rollins show up. And cost John Cena. I mean, my bad. And cost Randy Orton. My bad. I apologize. And cost Randy Orton. I think that's what they could do there. That would make sense. So that would be interesting. So maybe Seth Rollins shows up. Orton looks like he's about to win. Rollins comes out along with Braun Breaker. They beat up They beat up Randy Orton. Let's say Breaker hits a spear while there's like a ref bump, and then Seth Rollins hits the stomp, and then referee comes to, and then Cena pins Randy 1, 2, 3. That would make sense. That's the only way I could see that happening. So there's that. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's actually going to be 6 matches. I forgot to mention Logan Paul and Jey Uso. So I forgot about that. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Jey Uso is clearly going to win. Maybe you have Seth Rollins cost Jey Uso beats Logan Paul, maybe like a roll-up or whatever. Then post-match, you see Seth Rollins and Braun, they show up and they beat down Jey Uso. Maybe then you add Karrion Kross in, maybe. I think that would be fucking awesome. But Jey Uso is going to retain, obviously. That makes the most sense. Clearly, this would probably be maybe your co-main event. Maybe. I don't know. I think that would make sense. You have Jay and Logan co-main. I don't know. That's what I would do if I was booking stuff. So, there's that. But here are the predictions again. Dominic Mysterio is going to retain against Penta. Jacob Fatu is going to win the Fatal 4-Way to retain his U.S. Championship. Gunther is going to destroy Pat McAfee. Becky Lynch is going to defeat Lyra Valkyria to become the new Women's IC Champion. And Jey Uso is going to retain over Logan Paul. And John Cena is going to retain over Randy Orton. But what do you guys think about Backlash? And what are your predictions for Backlash? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.